So this is what's this one? Since I made the recording that I made that I then have added video to so that it can be uploaded. It is now 10 a.m. So stay the time in that it's like 5:30. Mostly at that time I've slept because I was awake at 3:20 and had been awake a couple of hours by the time I decided to do that recording. And then it took me like an hour to turn it into a video because it was an audio recording because it wasn't online. So it took like an hour to create the video that you can now watch. And then I went to sleep and I've been awake for I think about half an hour, 10 a.m. And just to reiterate, I'm processing my day as I go along, sharing the thoughts in my head rather than drowning them out with content. A lot of this may be boring, a lot of this may be insightful, a lot of this may be helpful to those who are going through similar or have been through similar in the past and are looking for ways out. I am tired. I'm physically in pain. I can show you where the pain is now. So here, when I inhale, it hurts and it's right through my body to here. And then there's a little bit up here too. Heart center, thymus, or sometimes called a higher heart. Store emotions around worthiness and around resentment. And I can look at the full list of the emotions that are particularly in those two spaces. And that is where we're not processing those emotions. It's where we're feeling a surge of those emotions and don't have the space to process them. Or where they're being wielded at us from other people energetically, sometimes without their awareness, sometimes without any ill intent on their part. Yeah, so in the course of the last 3 days, I've been going through nursing two sick kittens that were seemed fine. So Sunday, seemed active, happy, lively. And have been struggling. Yeah, struggling. I'm saying struggling because I'm struggling. I'm literally struggling with not having any income coming. Minimum income last week. So far this week, nothing apart from one government benefit that we get, called child benefit. That it is not exactly enough to live on. Let's say that. We have 3 children to look at. You know, if you want to be nosy about how much money I've got or received this week, we have 3 three, we receive it for three children. It's not a huge amount of money. That wouldn't, if my income supported us, I wouldn't actually even bother with it. But it's been super helpful for the last 7 months because some weeks that's all I've had. So over the weekend, that was my worry. However, last week I had one of them food boxes in the kitchen. One of them food boxes delivered the weekend before, and by a beautiful friend who isn't actually in like the best place herself, but is amazing and kind-hearted, and she arranged for that to be delivered under a special offer, so she didn't have to pay full price for it to us, and we got that, and that really helped out because actually my 16-year-old cooked all the meals. But I cooked one, mostly because I was like, I want to cook. I had a personal chef for a week, which is actually really quite nice. It's enough food for like all the meals. Youngest didn't really eat a lot of it, but it was there. Some of it she did eat. This week's more, she's eaten more of this week's box. So then I messaged a friend and went, can you send me the details? Because I'll ask my dad if he'll get a box for 30 quid for us. And she said, oh, I'll send you another one. So she sent the second one, so box the second one. And that's really helps out. And because of that, what money I've received, like, not last week, but some of last week and the week before, money that I had, I was actually able to fill, actually get some store cupboard food, which we've not had for weeks, a couple of months since all of that ran out from moving. A couple of months maybe ran out in like March or something. So I was able to buy some staples like lentils and rice, so that we've got some things to fall back on. Because I wasn't worrying about main meal food, and that's been super helpful. Plus, did I mention my 16-year-old cooks all the food? And she's done all of them this week, 4 out of 5, and I think she's planning on doing the fifth one today. All of that has been super helpful, but still, I've had this emotion, unsettling, constant noise in my head because it triggers survival mode, which activates the like old responses that come from PTSD, complex PTSD, the past, the times where you were scared, felt unsafe, but couldn't escape, and they get triggered when they're activated when you feel like you're in a circumstance or a situation where you can't escape from. So that's where we are. I may flip my camera at certain times to not record what's around. I'm making coffee right now. Let's see. Where this takes me. Where this takes us. Yeah. What do you want me to have porridge? Yeah. Knowing that I can just make porridge feels really good. The fact that I have like, I think it's like 7 kilograms, no, 5 kilograms, 5 kilograms of oats in my cupboard. You you can really survive well with 5 kilograms of oats in your cupboard. Oh, I'll have one child, we won't eat that. But the rest of the day, it feels like a party meal. It feels like it, um, like a nutritious breakfast. And yeah, that always feels like it's good. Starting there, right? Can you see it there? My cat's on the toaster. It's hot with Come here. Oh, this one is grieving mama cat. She's lost her babies. You've still got some food on your plate upstairs, Willow. And if you can see her. You see her? Yeah, you can see her. That's Maple. She's sat on the toaster. She's actually loafing on the toaster right now. But yeah, she's sat on the toaster. Because apparently sitting on the toaster is, I don't know, a good place for a cat to sit. Toaster's not on. Toaster's not on, by the way. It's turned on. There's no socket or anything. So that I can make porridge that I will then eat because I don't eat a lot of dairy. Um, I use 2 really full cups of oats with 2 cups of really hot water that's just boiled. Um, so the oats in the hot water doing their thing, sort of like partially cooking. Um, and then I'll warm it and cook it a little like that. And then I'll take out a serving of me and add 2 cups of milk to what's left so that they can eat that. It makes good porridge. It's not using 4 cups of milk. It's not using use a little bit extra electricity in that I will then warm mine up for like a minute with an extra like half a cup of water in, but I'm not using like I'm not making 2 pans of porridge using two lots of electric, basically. I just use like a minute of extra electric on mine. I'll not make coffee. I'm just thinking while I do this, just because part of this is for me to like filter my thoughts. And I'm actually just thinking how lucky I am. I have coffee. I'm grateful for my AeroPress, which is one of the best birthday presents ever bought for me. And I'm grateful that I found good coffee in the supermarket where I live, which is organic, but not £7 plus a bag. And it's actually quite nice. And it's Arabica coffee, which is well, there's some coffees now being made with like a coffee bean that's been cultivated to be robust. I think it's called Robustica. And it's been created to be robust, to cope with and survive better and be cheaper than the other types of coffee beans, but particularly as the main one is used as Arabica. Arabica, I think. So, according to a friend who actually spoken to a coffee company about the beans that they use. Normally, at this point, I would actually have some music playing, but part of this is to not have any music playing so that my thoughts are not being pushed, dismissed, whatever, by music in my head. So just picture this way. Um, I just want my videos to be this way. So that's what I'm doing. There's a little bit of niggling thought in the background around being good enough, like actually right now. You know, how that thought about the video, like I want what I create to be perfect and it's not. I don't have the means to get things right. Perfectionism coming in. Yeah, a bit of perfectionism coming in, which then is like, that kind of holds me back from adding to things and doing things, because underlying need for things to be perfect, and then like I want to be recording these live on YouTube, but I only have currently 19 subscribers, so that means that I can't, because I can't go live on YouTube till I've got 50, and I keep sharing on social media, asking people to like subscribe, and people don't. I don't know how to work YouTube algorithm so that the videos get pushed out there, but then you can see all of these AI channels getting thousands of subscribers, and you know, within weeks and months, and then I'll get messages from people who found my channel and want to help me with SEOs, and like, I know how SEOs work. I've actually run businesses that did quite well in SEOs, like a business which did quite well in SEOs, because I learned, and obviously actually certain things have changed since then around how the SEOs work, but yeah, the whole like AI content on YouTube is ridiculous, and I feel like it's drowning out creatives, like genuine people who are creating their content, and that then makes those who are creating content feel like they should use AI to enhance their stuff getting out there, and that then it just makes everything looks the same. And I want authenticity, and I've just unsubscribed from loads of tarot readers that I like to listen to, and astrology, like based tarot, because it just felt like they were, well, I'm not saying that they were all using AI to generate stuff at all. Like, I don't think they were the ones that I followed, so I don't tend to follow the ones that I immediately think are AI, but yeah, it just felt like I was continually watching people tell me everything's getting better while sitting, taking action, doing the things like, as much as I can. Like, I didn't have a website for a month because I couldn't pay for it, and I couldn't direct people to my website because I couldn't pay for it. So my website, went down from fairly regular good views to nothing because it's not been active. It's exhausting continually promoting it and putting it up on like sharing. So I love sharing stories on Instagram, and adding my link on there. I love doing that, and I get like my website gets hits from that, but it's exhausting doing that and not seeing any results. So basically, it's exhausting continually sharing your content and sharing what you do, and taking the time that takes, because it takes time, energy, and I'm not receiving anything back energetically in exchange. In that, I'm working for free. Like, I'm creating videos for YouTube, live streaming on Facebook, sharing my thoughts and my feelings and my insights and my wisdom, and not getting anything back that I can then buy food with because I need like to eat well. Like I need to eat well to um to I need to eat well to be able to do what I do. I need to eat good food. I need to eat lots of fruit and vegetables. I can't eat loads of wheat. I can't eat loads of non-organic wheat. I can't eat bread. I can't eat crackers. I can't eat cheap food because generally speaking, gluten-free food isn't cheap. If it is cheap, it's probably not the best quality. So I can buy quite cheap corn gluten-free pasta, but where's that corn coming from if it's not organic and it's cheap? It's not the best quality in that case. So yeah, it sucks. So I need to eat well. I need to eat good quality food. And if I'm getting little income to do that, then I can't eat good food and we end up feeling tired, we end up feeling exhausted. I can actually support my energy system in ways to cancel that, blessing the food, like calling in creative life source energy to make the food resonate at high frequency. But that's again that means that I need to rest and recuperate from doing that. Jesus, when he was walking the earth and performing miracles and healing people, using creative life source energy to do the things that he did, he knew when people had touched him because he felt his energy go out, and he needed the time and the space to be alone to recuperate that energy or pray to recuperate that energy. And that's basically what I end up having to do is spend more time resting to recalibrate my energy because I've given so much out and haven't been able to refuel in the best way. And do I really want to put my physical body through eating shit food? Put that strain on my physical body, knowing that the physical vessel is still physical. Not really. It's not the best way to go about it. The best way to go about it is putting the best food in your body in the first place. So there we go. Bridget, I don't know. People wonder why they're tired all the time. People wonder why they're struggling with things. And not able to and at the end of the day, because they're not tuning in, practicing to creative lifestyle strategy because nobody teaches you how to do that because it's all bullshit and rubbish. It's not much real. We just things like meat suits that are walking on the earth, procreating, and not even bothering doing that because who wants to bring babies into this crazy ass world? And um, yeah, just muddling along. Just apparently, upstairs. Anyway, who needs coffee? So I don't know what my thoughts were anymore. They've kind of gone out the window. Where's the cat? Is Willow up there? Willow? Is Willow in there? Willow, where? In there. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Oh, hi. Yeah, put a little more butter on it then. Normal butter porridge. So processing. Husband just came to tell me like something else he would like to do with some stuff. Um, with him, like he's also got some really big aspirations and hopes and dreams, but no, no means to implement them. And that creates a challenge because it sucks when you've got big hopes and dreams and not got the means to implement them genuinely, because it kind of puts you in that it puts you in that survival mode, it puts you in that fight, flight, or freeze response, which is usually freeze, because you've got nowhere to run to, you've got no one to fight except maybe the system, because there is definitely some of that going on with us both at the moment. Of like, housing for not doing this, or yeah, definitely some fighting of the system going on. But the only other thing then you're left with is freeze, which is like not doing anything. There's no movement forward because you're in survival mode and you're frozen in place and you can't see a way out. Complex PTSD, can't see a way out, and so you stay where you are because at least you're alive. And putting into practice the things that can help you with the way out are exhausting. Like they're literally exhausting. The tools that I have that I use, which are great and amazing, EFT, breathing techniques, meditation, visualization, journaling, listening to high frequency, like healing frequency music, or listening to subliminals, watching videos that like reassure me everything's going to be all right. All of that, it's actually exhausting to continue to do that and still be then the like to be then still pushing out the thought of yes, but how do I buy food? We're going to run out of this later today, and how do I go buy that? And like it's not like I haven't had that thought in the morning and been like, oh shit, like how am I gonna get this food for whatever? How are we gonna eat today? Because there's literally nothing in the house. And during the course of that day, in during the course of a few hours, I actually do receive like 100 quid. Someone books in, I get a booking, I get two bookings, I get a booking for something that someone's paying for like a block of sessions, a series of sessions, and I'll be able to, oh look, I can actually like go and buy the food, which I didn't think I could do earlier on today. It's just exhausting. And I'm quite fed up of living that way. I have the tools and I have the skills and I have the abilities to not do. No clue how I reach people who could benefit from my services. Okay, so maybe this will work out better than I thought, being able to process. I'm not actually supposed to worry about all that shit. I gave all that shit to the universe at the solstice. Winter solstice. Not the solstice. Winter solstice. The only thing I have to do is sort out the house and care for the house. That sucks when this is the job. Spin around the room. In my bedroom. Okay. So looking at, we just start painting these walls, and that was the point where I went, oh well, hold on a minute. I feel like something more should have been done by the housing. So this is where I'm sleeping. This is like, we don't have any wardrobes. We just have some cupboards, clothing. You can't see it, but on that wall it says paint. And then that wall over that corner over in the far corner is where there's no not even any plaster on the wall. So this is where I am. This is where I am right now. So it's looking at that and going, that's actually overwhelming to do. But yeah. But I did a little thing at winter solstice. Wrote 13 things down, burned one a day between the winter solstice and 12 days. So it actually brings you to January the 1st or 2nd. And on that, there was things like, having like a good size YouTube subscriber following, receiving regular, consistent bookings, having like growth from speaking events, and I can't remember them all because obviously they're not actually. I'm supposed to have passed them over to the universe to do, and I guess I'm not letting the universe do its thing. That's what's just come to me as I'm like speaking this out here now, reflecting on the thoughts in my head. Like, all I'm supposed to do is look after the house. And I kind of haven't when I've had like really great days, and then my focus has been on doing stuff for content creation and not on the house. And that's not to say that I should never do anything for content creation at all. Obviously, I should when the need arises, but that then exhausts me so that I can't actually do what I need to do in the house. So I'm going to eat my breakfast. I have a client message to listen to, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to have a shower, and anything significant I will record. And then when I'm dressed and ready and stuff, you can come and join me in my daughter's bedroom, which is in the next room, to go through some yarn from my previous business, which is, yeah, and we'll see what comes up then.